Hi Flosstube, I'm Sally. I'm StitchySally here on YouTube and also over on Instagram. Today is the 8th of May 2024 and this is Flosstube number 76. A very warm welcome, whether you are a new or a returning viewer. It is to have you here. If you like what you see and you're not subscribed, it would be lovely if you would hit the subscribe button. Welcome to new subscribers that I have picked up over the last couple of weeks. Not many, but it's a few, and that's always nice. So I'm going to get started. I have a little bit to show you today. As well as my own stitching, I've got some of Abby's recent finishes. Well, I say recent finishes. I'm not quite sure how long ago they're from. But there's quite a few. I thought I'd show you those. They're not fully finished. She hasn't got around to that yet. But so I'm going to start with a finish that I have had. Didn't take very long at all. And it is this one. It's Momma Loves You GB Flights of Angels. And this is charted for stitching crowns at the bottom and also for angels, and I chose to do the angels. I think this is still available from the Patchwork Rabbit, but I haven't looked to check. So I'm stitching this with Carrie's Creations Old Salem Red. And I stitched this on a scrap of foxglove and lace linen in the colourway Latte. It was just a little bit that I had left. I think I stitched Christmas Garden, Blackbird Designs Christmas Garden on it, and there was a Hands Across the Sea freebie, or a Holy Night that I stitched on it as well. So this was just a little scrap that I had left. So really enjoyed stitching this. It was so lovely to stitch. Chart was very easy to read. I did have a visit from the frog because I think it was down here somewhere. I'd messed up, so I had quite a bit to unpick. I'd got over here somewhere. But anyway, all finished. I think I will probably turn it into a little pillow. But yeah, really enjoyed stitching that. And of course, because I had a finish, I had to have a new start. Well, I didn't have to have, did I? But I chose to. So if you've been with me before, you know that I have a Spin the Wheel app. One has got larger projects on, one has got smaller projects on. So I've picked out several charts that I would like to try and stitch this year. They're not all going to get stitched because there's far too many of them, but we'll give it a go. So the wheel chose Jardin Prive, and it's Boule de Neige 3. And I just love this. Just look at that cute sheep. And this was a gift from my lovely friend Mouse, Tales of a Stitching Mouse on Instagram. I think it's a couple of years ago now, I think, maybe even longer, I'm not entirely sure. So I'm stitching this with the called for DMC. And what I've done this time, in fact it was, I don't know who it was I was watching, and they just pulled off really enough to stitch it rather than doing a full skein of it. So that's what I've done on this one. It's only a small design, so it's not going to take a lot. And I'm stitching it on a piece of 32 count blue spruce linen by Zweigart, and that is my start. So I started that on Saturday night, and this is for the stitch along that I do with my lovely friend Lainey Main on Instagram. And I don't think it'll take much stitching, to be honest. There's not an awful lot to it. So you never know, I might just pick a larger piece next time. Maybe, I'm not promising. So that's my start and finish. So I'll move on now to my 2 remaining 6 for 60. And if you're new, I started 6 new projects in December for my 60th birthday. And this was the one that I actually started on my birthday. And it's Teresa Kogut with Thy Hands. And my lovely friend Elaine, Ellie Welly Stitcher, she started this with me. And Sally at Flossy Sews and Grows, she wanted to start it but couldn't get the chart at the time. So she stitched Remember Me by the same designer. She had already started it. But if you're interested, Sally has now got hold of the chart and she's starting it towards the end of the month. So if you're interested in starting this with her for her and Sarah's Fun for 50 Sal 2024, they're starting 50 projects this year for their 50th birthdays. So if you're interested, you start it along with Sally. So I am using all DMC. It's mostly DMC anyway. I think there's about 3 Weeks Dye Works, but I am using the DMC substitutes off the chart. And those are my lovely floss drops from Charlie Feathers. And that's some ring bling that one of my lovely viewers sent me. And I'm stitching this on 40 count Vintage Country Mocha. And that is where I am at. So, and I would just like to say thank you, Elaine, for pointing out in your floss tube that this is a goat. I wasn't sure. I wasn't sure whether it was a sheep or a goat. So I finished the house. I've got a chicken there, a couple of birds, a moth or a butterfly, not entirely sure which, and I've got this tree done. So it's coming along nicely. Still a lot to do, but it is really looking good. I'm really, really pleased with this one. I'm enjoying every single stitch. Really, really pleased with that. So, and I have said before, I am intending on stitching the other 2 designs off there. Whether I'll start them straight away or whether I'll have a break and pick something else up for a bit, I don't know yet. I will see. And then the other piece from a 6 for 60 that I still have on the go is this one. And if you don't like profanities, please look away now. So this is Rebel Stitcher Designs Happily Ever After. And I fell in love with this when it was released at Nashville Market last year. I did wait a while to get it there. I just love it. And as I've said before, this border, it is no joke. You really, really have to concentrate on this border. So as I've said before, I did a conversion to DMC. And these floss drops are from Abby at Project Stitchcraft on Etsy. And the ring bling is from Pretty Little Thread Keeps. It's Hazel on Facebook. Yeah, I totally got distracted then, didn't I? I did a conversion to DMC. It's actually charted for Classic Colourworks. And I'm stitching this on a piece of 36 count even weave from Coffee Craft Fabrics. It's a fabric of the month and Megan doesn't name her fabrics. So I finished the border. That took a lot of stitching. So I've just got a couple of motifs left to do here. So I'm hoping that I might get it finished this Thursday. If not, it'll get finished the Thursday after. But I love this. Absolutely love it. So I think once this is finished, I am just going to stitch on what I've got on the go until June, because I'm planning on starting one of the projects that Sarah is going to start for her, one of her 50, and I'll show you that in a bit. So those are the last two of my 6 for 60, so we'll move on now to my other whips. So this one is Blackbird Designs Strawberry Fields Forever, and I stitched this on a Tuesday night for the Tuesday night BBD sale that I do with my lovely friends Barb and Mouse, Batty Bat 210 and Tales of a Stitching Mouse. And I'm also stitching along with lovely Yoanita Stitchy Things and Audrey, who is audabod. It's in the description box down below on Instagram. So we started this a couple of Tuesdays ago, I think it was, maybe. So I am stitching this in a mixture of the called for fancy flosses and DMC. I've got this baked apple in the back there. So it just depended what I had in my stash, and then I just used the DMC for those that I haven't, because I'm not buying any more. And I'm stitching this on a piece of 40 count Bashful by Picture This Plus, and that is where I have got to. Yeah, unfortunately, I don't know whether you can, yes you can just see the difference between those two greens there. So I did have a visit from the frog I had to unpick, because last week, excuse me, I'd only done one line here instead of two, and I thought, I'd got all the way down here with the red of the house, and I thought I can't leave it because it's just going to make all the outsides wrong. So I had to unpick it and restitch, which is fine. It didn't take me too long really, considering. But yeah, I was a little bit worried, I think I said last time, about this fabric, because obviously it's a hand dyed, it's 40 count, so it's a tight weave. But once I get my eye in, it's fine. I certainly don't think I could stitch on anything any finer than this, to be honest. But yeah, really enjoying that. And then next whip, and I should be stitching on this tonight, is Barbara Anna Designs Garden of Dreams, and I'm stitching this along with lovely Sally at Flossy Sews and Grows. We do Barbara Anna Wednesdays, and I'm also using this as part of her Fun for 50 Sal 2024. And also joining in for Barbara Anna Wednesdays are Audrey the Fancy Froggy, Sue, whose Instagram handle I cannot remember, and Debbie, who is Debbie Ann 2018. And I hope I haven't forgotten anybody, and as I've said before, I'm really, really sorry if I have. I try not to, but... So I'm stitching this with the called for DMC. Oh dear, got a bit of a stitcher's nest going on here, as Dawn, lovely Dawn, Frosty X Stitch said I should call it. Good heavens. I think we've got it there. And again, some lovely floss drops from Charlie Feathers. And I'm stitching this on a piece of 32 count raw linen from Stash. And there we are. I think she is coming along beautifully. I do love, as I've said before, I do love Barbara Anna's. There is just something so special, especially your Dreaming Girls. Dreaming Girls are my favourites. Yeah, so I have almost got her top finished. I've done a bit of the background, the green background, and I've started on this flower here. And this needle minder here is part of haul. I bought one for Abby and one for myself, and it's a Taylor Swift inspired needle minder from Caterpillar Cross Stitch. I've never had one of their needle minders before, and it's really, really nice needle minder. So yeah, I shall be stitching on this tonight, hopefully getting a good bit more done. I'm not going to put my chart back because I've made myself a working copy, and I don't put that in there because it gets a bit bent. And then on a Friday I stitch with my lovely friend Barb, Batty Bat 210 on Instagram, and we stitch sheep at the moment. And this one is Stitches Through the Years Happy Spring. And this is the 4th one. I've done the other 3. So this will be the last one now of this series. And those are most of the threads. And I'm stitching this on 40 count vintage country mocha, and that's where I am. So yeah, not quite finished the house yet. I keep leaving the house and going off and doing something else. So I've got a chicken up here and the starts for sheep here. And this needle minder was a gift from Elaine. I think I stitched her for my birthday. So yeah, that's looking really rather good, even though I say so myself. And I do like these. They're lovely to stitch. It's always big houses for me, isn't it? Right, I'm just going to grab a drink. And then my last whip is Long Dog Samplers the Pilgrim. And I'm stitching along with quite a few other lovely stitchers. I'm not going to try and name them all because I haven't made any notes. I've made notes, but I've not written the names down. 3 hashtags: My First Long Dog, Sal, Let's Get the Dogs Out, Sal, and Long Dog Sampler Sundays. And I'm loving this. I keep saying it. Every time I show it, I keep saying it. I am loving it. I kind of wish I'd taken the plunge a while ago to do a long dog, but they always just look so massive and, I don't know, so intense and whatever else. So I'm using Anchor Black, DMC White, and then Gold World Red by Carrie's Creations for the words. And I'm stitching it on a piece of 20 count Bolana. I'm just going to fold this over so that I'm not dangling a massive piece of fabric. And there we are. So as you can see, I'm getting on quite well on page 3. I've started this raven here. There's a lot of backstitch, in there, but I'm back stitching as I go along, because there's no way I'm leaving all this back stitch until the end, because there is a lot in the whole piece. So I decided I was not going to do that. I don't like back stitch. I don't mind doing a little bit of back stitch, but I don't like a lot of it. So, but yeah, really, really loving it. I look forward to picking this up every single week. Wish I could do more on it, but I don't think I could be a monogamous stitcher. Anymore. I used to be. Not for a lot of years though. But I'd certainly like to maybe do more on that. I have picked cardigan. Now I've got cardigan in my brain, and I can't say anything else. Right, let's have another go. Guardian. I have picked Guardian up. I just haven't brought it through to show. Yeah, I've kind of decided if I finish it, I finish it. That's fine. If I don't, maybe come sort of back-endish when the weather's not so good again, I might pick it up more. My aim was to have it finished for next February. I gave myself 2 years when I picked it up again, but I don't think it's going to happen unless I make myself stitch on it more, and I don't really want to make myself do it because I'm going to end up hating it and it'll go away again. So, right, I'm now going to show some of the finishes that Abby's done. These are all from Stitch Essay Designs on Etsy. If I remember, I'll put it in the description box down below. So I'm looking at it thinking, what was this? All I could think of was Sturt and Ferret, and I know it's not. It's an ermine. These are all done on 14 count vintage country mocha. So that's her ermine. Cute. So damn cute. And then we've got Raccoon, I think. That's cute as well. I just love her. I just love them. She's so good. So neat. I mean, she's been stitching, I don't know, quite a lot of years. I mean, she's 29, but she has been stitching quite a few years. She's had a few breaks, but she does love these, and she's talking about, she's got the badger one, she's talking about starting that. And then penguin. Adorable. Absolutely adorable. And polar bear. I think this designer is so talented. And then beaver. And I know she hasn't got enough hoops. She bought some hoops a while ago to finish some, and I don't think she's got enough now. And then finally, this one is a whale. She just fancied something small to do. And this one is on 14 count vintage marble, I think it's what she stitched the otters on She stitched those for me. It's what she stitched the otters on. I'm going the wrong way. There. So that's Abby's stitching. I said to her, can I show you stitching, please? Because I didn't think she wanted me to show it until she'd actually fully finished them. And then we'll do a haul. Just a little bit of haul. As I say, I had that needle minder. I've been waiting for those to come out for quite a while. I did consider getting the Swiftly Stitching Swiftly booklet, ebook as well, but both Abby and I decided that we probably wouldn't stitch anything out of it, so we didn't get that. So my first piece of haul is Heart in Hand Frosty Tiny Town, and I know this has been shown on a lot of Flosstubers. I kind of said to myself that I would allow myself a treat in April, August and December, and that's what I've done. So now, unless I need fabric or thread, I won't be buying any more charts until August. And then I picked up this one, Heart in Hand again, Bluebird sampler. I'm going to start this with Sarah, Sew Me Sarah, next month. I should have got the thread out that I'm going to use actually. The thread is a Roxy Floss Cur. Great Lakes, I think it is, that lovely Sally at Flossy Sews and Grace sent me for my birthday. So I thought I'd use that on this. Don't know what fabric I'm using yet. This is on 32 count Ren. I might use Vintage Country Mocha actually. So that's my haul. And then I had some Happy Mail. So excuse the crinkling, I should have got these out actually before. So these came via Etsy from my lovely friend Dawn, Frosty X Stitch. Little postcard there, a message on the back. And Dawn sent me some stickers via Etsy. There's those ones. I think these are lovely. And strangely enough, these are a company that I've never bought from before. So it's the Ginger Cat Company. Those ones. And then there's 2 sheets of these, of course. Lovely, lovely sheep. And if you don't know, I love sheep. I love snowmen. I love robins. Thank you so much, Dawn. That was a lovely, lovely surprise. And they will definitely be getting used in my book of days. So, whoops, that is all my stitching. Just do a quick life update, and I am not going to apologise for my last Flosstube for being a bit of a moaning, miserable Minnie. Happens sometimes, doesn't it? And I'm not going to apologise for it. Can't be happy and jolly all the time. I am feeling a little bit more positive now about my cough and hopefully it going. I think since I filmed last, I think I've had a couple of days where it wasn't so good. I don't know, I do seem to not be coughing quite as violently well, I won't say as often because it's not like it's every 5 minutes or anything like that. So I don't actually know whether it's the medication for reflux or whether it's just a change in the weather, because it has been quite pleasant really. Then again, it has been a bit, we've had some sea roke and I had a little bit of, well actually it was the day that it rained that I didn't have such a good, I was okay in the morning but then in the afternoon I wasn't, so I don't know. I've had the results of my blood tests. There was only one thing on it. It was, I can't remember whether it said something to do with red blood cells or white blood cells. Can't remember now. That was slightly out of range, but no action required on that one. So I don't really know. I don't know whether that's anything to do with what's going on. And then there was another one to do with my kidneys, I believe, which is in range, slightly high, but it's still in range. And I think they want to do that with a dip, redo that with a dip test or something. I don't know. I've not seen the doctor yet. I'm due to see her again next week, I think. So we'll see what she has to say then and see whether it improves any more. So yeah, we'll see what's what there when I go back. I'm trying to stay positive because that's the best thing, isn't it? Really, stay positive that it's going to go. And I would like to thank everybody who left such lovely comments, and to those of you who've reached out as well, either via email or on Instagram. And just to thank you for if you've had it and you've got in touch with me. I'm not explaining myself very well, am I? So yeah, we'll see. We'll just see how it goes and hope. I've just got to keep hoping, because if I do, I just get myself like I was the last time I filmed. Abby started at the works within the garden centre. I mean, it has been there sorry, quite a few years now. So she's done four shifts up to now. She's okay. She's doing fine. She was extremely bored yesterday. There was not a lot going on, so she was very, very bored. But yeah, she's okay. She's still in work, so that's the main thing at the moment. And she does seem considerably happier than she was. So that's, I think, is everything. I don't think I've got anything else. I'm due a mammogram, and I was nearly going this Friday. And it's not this Friday, it's the Friday after. It's a good job I looked at my letter, because I'd even put it in my phone as this Friday. So it's a good job I looked at my letter and I just didn't pick my letter up and go, because it wouldn't have been my appointment. But anyway. So I'm going to go now and get this uploaded. And I'm going to go play Stardew Valley. I've got back into Stardew Valley now. So yeah, I will see you hopefully in a couple of weeks. Hopefully I might have another finish or two by then. Yeah, so take care everybody. Thank you so much for watching. If you've got time, please leave me a comment. I always try and reply to all of them. I did have one comment disappear last time, so I don't know whether the lady had deleted it or whether it just disappeared. I don't know. But yeah, so if you are that lady, I'm really sorry that I didn't reply, because I couldn't. So right, that's it. I'm going because I'm waffling, and I will see you next time. Take care everybody and enjoy every single stitch. Thanks for watching. Bye.